us this morning to discuss
This
the
week,
president's
the Senate
2021
Finance
trade
Committee met with
and
U.S. Trade
I'm going to
Representative
start our
Ambassador
economic
Katherine
policy
Tai
work
to discuss the
to
foreign trade
strengthen our middle
initiatives of the
class.
Biden administration. The current agricultural trade deficit was a frequent topic.
In the last fiscal year, ag exports declined by more than $17 billion and are forecasted to continue to drop to a record low in the coming year.
We have run deficits before in the past, in the recent past. It happens from time to time. Part of the factor is a strong US dollar, but also really, really strong consumer demand here in the United States. Even with the downturn last year, 2021, 2022, and 2023 were record-setting years for U.S. ag exports at 173, 197, and then $179 billion. And I think that the drop even for 2023 reflects growth from 2021 numbers.
Are there any free trade agreements that are currently being negotiated?
So the short answer, to be responsive to you, is no, we're not doing the big comprehensive agreements that are really great for ag and terrible for our industries, but we are nevertheless securing wins, $21 billion
right. No, I get that.
Over the last 3 years.
The challenge of that is when it's not an FTA, there's no certainty on it. And that executive agreements come and go with administrations. An FTA has some semblance of certainty on it. Are there other new markets on the ag side that are pending?
Yes, so there's the work that we've done with India across 12 tariff areas where we've opened up opportunities for tree nuts, cranberries. This is a little bit of a test for me. I think it was blueberries, turkey, duck. We'd also worked on pork earlier. With Japan, we've opened up with the beef safeguard. We've got ethanol, more ethanol going to Japan now too.
I'm on a bill that would create a free trade agreement with United Kingdom. They're one of our longest and closest allies. And there isn't a single free trade agreement that this administration has entered into.
Market access can come more quickly, more effectively, in more agile ways if we are looking for those opportunities to score what we like to call singles and doubles, to rack up the score that way, as opposed to tying up opportunities over the course of many, many years in FTA negotiations that sometimes don't ever come into being. On the
How about the easy FTAs? How about the UK?
I think there are no easy FTAs. I don't know if you followed, but the UK and Canada have been negotiating an FTA that they stopped negotiating because the UK won't talk ag market access. And in fact, in the last years of the Trump administration, in those negotiations, the UK had refused to put ag market access on the table. Ag market access is also something that has traditionally really frustrated our efforts at large FTA-like exercises with the European Union.
What has been China's track record on meeting its WTO commitments that it made at the time and moving toward a liberal democracy?
Senator Warren, this is one of the greatest disappointments, I think, in trade policy over the course of the last 25 years. I've had a lot of conversations with members of Congress on both sides of the aisle around China's accession to the WTO and their descriptions of how disappointed they are in terms of their expectations is very deep.
For Market to Market, I'm Peter Tubbs.